So, John, we're at the end of an era, aren't we,
Yeah,
with
right.
the passing of credit to the FMA. What are your thoughts about the last 20 years?
Well, look, it's been an amazing function to be basically stewards of. The consumer credit space is one. Ordinary people are involved in that all the time in their credit ratings when they're just needing a bit of extra money to get by. And so it's super important that they get good service and that they don't get essentially ripped off. Um, our work in that space has evolved along with the law and changed in ways that also reflect the changing of the Commission, which you've seen while you've been with us. We're a different kind of organisation.
I mean, in this space, there are a lot of things that we could tackle. And so we've had to be really thoughtful about what we spend our resources on. And the way I see it, we've had a strategy of working at the top end of town, often with the banks, where their errors have impacted loads and loads of consumers. And but at the other end of town, with small businesses like motor vehicle dealers, we've seen some really vulnerable people, and it's been part of our strategy to work hard to protect them because some of their stories are pretty shocking, and I think we've had a really important impact in protecting that sector of society.
Yeah, I think that's true, and along the way, there's been a number of things that have changed in the market as a result of the Commission's enforcement here.
Yeah, look, we've had to be really agile because this law has changed so many times in the years that we've been looking after it. And I know that's been challenging for businesses, but actually it's been really challenging as a regulator to make sure that we're on top of what the changes mean and that we take proportionate responses to the new laws. So I think it's really kept us on our toes, and that will be something we'll definitely bank that experience and use that in our other work.
Yeah, I think so. And another interesting thing about it is that some of these settlements that we've struck, because the outcomes are denominated in dollars, they're quite measurable. It's in the order of $90, $100 million each for fines and for money going back to consumers and reparations. So those are really tangible value creation that the Commission's done in these spaces.
Yeah, that's a real win for Kiwis, and it's actually concrete things that this legislation and our work with it has delivered. So I'm really looking forward to the FMA just continuing all the good work.
Yes, and I know they're keen to take the function over, and obviously we're going to be sad to see them go. One of the great things for me about this is that our credit team, which is so strong and committed, they're all going into the FMA, and so I do feel good from a stewardship point of view that's probably going to carry on. I think also in that kind of real deep knowledge of what it's like for individuals who are on the receiving end of some of this stuff.
That has been one of the most rewarding parts of doing this work, has been the impact you can have with more vulnerable members of the community who just they just want to get ahead. They want a loan, but it's not doing anyone a favour to give you a loan that you can never repay.
Exactly.
And that's some of the harms that we've really seen in this area.